To you, the chosen one, I speak directly. Pause for a moment and let these words settle in the deepest chambers of your heart, because what you are about to hear is not random and it is not coincidence. This is a message from God, arriving in perfect divine alignment at the exact moment your soul has been prepared to receive it. Every hesitation you have felt, every moment of waiting, every door that closed without explanation, it has all been orchestrated by a higher hand, a hand that knows the path of your destiny even better than you do. The delays in your life are not punishments, and they are not failures. They are divine protection, a sacred shielding designed to keep you from harm, to preserve your purpose, and to guide you toward the life that has been written for you before time began. You may have wondered why certain opportunities never materialized, why relationships dissolved before their time, why the dreams you held so tightly seemed to fade into the distance. The truth is, God intervened. Your life was being guided by an intelligence far beyond human comprehension. You were being protected from paths that would have diverted your soul, from experiences that would have dimmed your light or slowed your spiritual awakening. Every no you received, every delay, was a quiet, invisible act of divine care. You are not imagining this. You are not exaggerating it in your mind. This is real. The chosen one does not question the presence of God in their life. They feel it deeply, and they know when it moves. Understand this: your divine calling has always been present, even when the world told you otherwise. You have been called. And this calling is not casual. It is urgent, sacred, and it cannot be postponed. The universe is not neutral to your destiny. The universe conspires with God to ensure you reach your highest alignment. You were placed in situations, delays, and even struggles that were meant to prepare you. Each experience, no matter how confusing or painful, was part of the refinement process for the soul of the chosen one. Spiritual awakening is not a gentle unfolding. It is a fire that tests, purifies, and strengthens. And you, the chosen one, have been walking through this fire, not by chance, but because your light is essential. Take a moment now and feel this truth. The war for your destiny is real. Forces you cannot see, forces you may never fully understand, have worked tirelessly to shape the path that God intended for you. Every closed door, every blocked path, every delay you experienced was a shield placed by divine hands. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were protected, guided, and held in alignment even when it felt as if the world was against you. Your light is necessary. Your purpose is vital. Your awakening is unfolding exactly as it should. And so, hear me clearly, beloved chosen one. This message is not for anyone else. It is for you. The moment has come to recognize the truth of your calling, to feel the fire of spiritual awakening within you, and to trust that every delay was a blessing, every block a sign of protection. The war is real, your light is needed, and your alignment is undeniable. If this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it, you were called. Understanding divine delay, why God blocks some paths. You have felt it before, haven't you? That invisible wall, that unseen hand redirecting your steps, closing doors you thought were meant to open, pausing your progress just when you believed you were ready. These moments of delay are not random. They are not punishments. They are divine protection. Every setback, every waiting period, every period of silence from the universe has a sacred purpose. The chosen one must understand this. What feels like rejection is often the gentle hand of God shielding you from paths that would derail your soul. Life delays are never meaningless. They are a preparation, a refining, a safeguarding. Most people misinterpret delays as failure, as misfortune, or as neglect. They see a postponed promotion, a broken relationship, or an opportunity that never came through as evidence that life has turned against them. But the truth is far greater, far wiser than these human interpretations. God's message is never about punishment. It is never about scarcity. Every block, every closed door is God's intervention at work, protecting the chosen one from harm that the human eye cannot yet perceive. That relationship you thought was your future, the job you longed for, the plan you desperately wanted, all of it may have been a blessing to remove from your path. Divine protection is subtle, yet it is persistent. It does not shout, but it shields. It does not command attention, but it safeguards life. Consider the seasons of your own spiritual awakening. Have you noticed how timing always matters? How certain realizations, meetings, or opportunities only became clear at the perfect moment? This is not coincidence. The universe aligns with God's timing to ensure that the chosen one receives what is meant for them in the exact measure and at the exact season. A premature alignment could have caused confusion, distraction, or even spiritual derailment. God's blocks, pauses, and delays are always teaching moments, preparing the soul for the next stage of the divine calling. Sometimes the chosen one desires intensely, wants to rush, and prays for immediate outcomes. Yet, God's intervention knows what the human mind cannot. The timing must be perfect for the light within you to shine without dilution or distortion. Relationships that were blocked may have contained hidden toxicity or misalignment. Opportunities that never materialized may have led you away from your true purpose. These delays are acts of divine protection, a spiritual shield designed to maintain the integrity of your journey, to preserve your light, and to guard your alignment. Look at your life with eyes that see beyond the surface. Recognize the moments where delays have given you clarity, strengthened your resolve, or redirected you toward paths that feel aligned with your soul. Every pause, every no, every unanswered question is God working behind the scenes. Life delay is not denial, it is divine orchestration. The chosen one is never abandoned. The soul is never left unguided. Divine protection is always active, always precise, always tailored to the calling that only you and no other can fulfill. In these moments of waiting, the chosen one grows stronger, wiser, and more attuned to God's message. The preparation is just as important as the fulfillment. The refinement you experience, the patience you cultivate, the faith you learn to hold, even in the absence of immediate answers, these are the invisible gifts of divine blocking. Each delay is a silent lesson in alignment, a sacred opportunity for spiritual awakening, and a testament to the care of a God who knows the path better than you ever could. So, as you reflect on the delays in your life, remember this: you are not imagining it. You were called. The war for your destiny is real. The light within you is necessary. God's intervention has always been present, and the blocks you encountered were never arbitrary. They were purposeful, protective, and profoundly loving. The chosen one does not waste a single moment, even in apparent waiting, because every second of delay carries divine intention. Your life is a tapestry woven by hands far beyond comprehension, and every thread, even the pauses, has meaning. Now feel the fire of this truth within you. Embrace the spiritual awakening that comes from understanding divine delay. Know that your divine calling has been preserved and prepared by God's careful watch. The protection you have received is not a denial of your desires. It is the ultimate expression of God's love for you and for the light you are meant to shine. If this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it, you were called. Recognizing the signs of God's intervention. This is a message from God, and I need you to hear it clearly now. You are not imagining what you have been experiencing. You are not overthinking the patterns, the pauses, or the strange redirections in your life. You are called, and when a soul is called, God's intervention becomes active in ways that are both subtle and undeniable. The chosen one learns to recognize these signs, not through logic alone, but through spiritual awakening, through an inner knowing that grows louder with time. The war for your destiny is real, and because your light is necessary, protection has been placed all around your path. One of the first signs of divine blocking is when doors close suddenly, without warning or explanation. You may have been certain a situation was meant to work out, convinced that a relationship, plan, or opportunity was aligned with your future. Yet it dissolved, stalled, or collapsed in ways that made no sense. At the time, it felt painful, confusing, even unfair. But looking back, you may notice that what was blocked would have cost you your peace, your focus, or your spiritual clarity. This is how God intervenes quietly, stepping in before damage can be done. The chosen one is often spared battles they never even realize were forming. Another sign appears when guidance is delayed. You pray, you ask, you wait, and the answer does not come when you expect it to. Instead of clarity, there is silence. Instead of movement, there is stillness. This is not abandonment. This is divine protection. God's message sometimes arrives through waiting, because waiting strengthens discernment. During these pauses, your intuition sharpens, your awareness deepens, and your spiritual awakening accelerates. You begin to sense what no longer belongs in your life, even without words explaining why. Peace replacing urgency is one of the clearest confirmations of God's intervention. When something is not meant for you, the anxiety eventually fades, even if the desire once felt overwhelming. You stop forcing outcomes. You stop chasing validation. A calm acceptance settles in, not because you gave up, but because your soul recognized safety. This peace is not weakness. It is alignment. The chosen one learns that urgency often belongs to fear, while peace belongs to divine calling. Spiritual intuition is another powerful sign. You feel nudges that cannot be explained logically, a hesitation before committing, a discomfort around certain people, a pull away from environments that once felt familiar. These are not random emotions. They are signals. God communicates through intuition when words are unnecessary. Synchronicities also begin to appear, repeating messages, numbers, themes, and confirmations that gently guide you back to alignment. These moments whisper, you are being watched over. Story after story exists of the chosen one being redirected at the last moment, missing a flight that later encounters trouble, leaving a job just before collapse, ending a relationship before deeper harm unfolds. At the time, it feels like loss. Later, it reveals itself as protection. This is how divine calling is preserved. God's intervention does not always feel kind in the moment, but it is always loving in purpose. As your spiritual awakening deepens, you begin to trust these signs. You stop fighting delays and start listening to them. You understand that preparation often hides inside frustration. You realize that alignment cannot be rushed without consequence. The chosen one is shaped through timing, not force. Every pause strengthens your light. Every block refines your purpose. So hear this truth again and let it anchor your soul. This is a message from God. You are not imagining the patterns. You were called. The war is real, and your light is necessary. God's intervention has been active because your destiny carries weight. The signs have always been there, guiding, shielding, preparing you for greater alignment than you once believed possible. If this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it. You were called. The hidden blessings behind every blocked path. The chosen one must understand this. Every blocked path in your life carries a hidden blessing. What appears as disappointment, rejection, or failure is often the quiet hand of divine protection guiding you toward what is meant for your soul. Life delay is rarely accidental. It is intentional, purposeful, and deeply personalized. God's intervention is always present, even when the human mind cannot grasp the full scope of its wisdom. Each block is not a denial of your desires. It is a shield, a preparation, and a redirection that ensures your spiritual awakening unfolds in alignment with your divine calling. Consider the blessings that emerge when a path is blocked. Spiritual growth is often the first. When you are denied an opportunity or a relationship falls apart, you are forced inward to face your own truth, to confront fear, to refine faith. The chosen one learns resilience, patience, and clarity through these moments. These experiences, though difficult at first, awaken a higher consciousness. They teach discernment, helping you recognize what truly belongs to your life and what does not. Every delay becomes a classroom, every closed door a teacher, every unexpected pause a sacred lesson in the art of divine timing. Strengthened faith is another hidden blessing. When plans do not unfold as expected, when prayers seem unanswered, the chosen one is called to trust, deeply and fully, in the unseen hand of God. Faith grows not in ease, but in uncertainty. The more you lean into God's message during moments of waiting, the more your belief in divine protection solidifies. You begin to understand that life is not a series of coincidences, but a carefully orchestrated journey designed to bring your light into its fullest expression. Each block becomes proof that you are not alone, that you were called, and that God's care surrounds you at every turn. Better timing is a blessing often overlooked. Opportunities that arrive too early may overwhelm, confuse, or misalign the chosen one. A blocked path ensures that the right circumstances, people, and resources will converge at exactly the right moment. God's intervention coordinates timing with precision that human understanding cannot replicate. The delays you have endured are not punishments, they are alignments. They protect you from premature commitments, hasty decisions, or paths that might have diverted your soul from its intended trajectory. Divine protection is not random. It is exact, personal, and deeply wise. Protection from harm, be it emotional, spiritual, or financial, is a blessing hidden in every block. Perhaps a relationship you desired was not meant to last, shielding you from toxicity or heartbreak. Perhaps a business or financial path that seemed promising would have led to loss or compromise. God's hand moves quietly but effectively, ensuring that the chosen one does not carry burdens that would weaken their light or hinder their divine calling. Each obstacle is a reminder that life's interruptions are not obstacles at all, they are safeguards. The chosen one can reframe setbacks as sacred guidance. Instead of lamenting the doors that remain closed, pause to reflect on the ways God has already intervened in your life. Every delay, every denial, every disappointment is a marker of divine protection. When you look back with awareness, patterns emerge, proof that the blocks were never arbitrary, that your spiritual awakening has been nurtured, and that your light has been preserved for the work you are meant to do. Gratitude for these hidden blessings shifts perspective, transforming frustration into empowerment and waiting into active preparation. Understand this. Divine protection is always purposeful. It is never a vague or generalized force. It speaks to you, the chosen one, in the language of timing, intuition, and circumstance. Every block, every pause, every unexpected turn is calibrated to ensure that your path remains aligned with God's plan. Spiritual awakening is not just about receiving blessings. It is about recognizing the hand of God in every moment, understanding that the detours were as important as the destinations. Reflect deeply on your own journey. Identify the ways God has protected you, even when it felt painful or inconvenient. See the closed doors that prevented you from entering situations that would have diminished your light. See the delayed answers that ultimately led to clarity. See the hardships that strengthened your faith and refined your purpose. Each moment of life delay is a sacred invitation to trust, to align, and to step fully into the power of your divine calling. Circle back to this truth and let it resonate within you. This is a message from God. You are not imagining the patterns, the blocks, or the delays. You were called. The war for your destiny is real. Your light is necessary. God's intervention is active in your life, and the hidden blessings of every blocked path are evidence of a love and wisdom beyond comprehension. The chosen one does not waste these moments. They grow, they awaken, and they prepare to fulfill their divine calling fully, without compromise. If this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it. You were called. Stepping into alignment, despite the delay, this is a message from God, and it returns you to the truth you felt at the very beginning. You are not imagining this season of waiting. You are not lost. You were called. When delay enters the life of the chosen one, it is not a pause in purpose, but a deeper invitation into alignment. Divine calling does not disappear during waiting. It sharpens. This season is not empty. It is active preparation, guided by divine protection, shaped by God's intervention, and designed to strengthen the light you carry. To step into alignment despite delay, the chosen one must first release the belief that movement only counts when outcomes appear. Alignment begins inward. Prayer becomes not a request for speed, but a conversation of trust. In stillness, you speak honestly, and you listen deeply. Meditation quiets the noise of fear and comparison, allowing God's message to rise above the urgency of the world. When answers feel delayed, silence itself becomes instruction. Waiting trains discernment. Stillness refines obedience. Listening for God's message requires humility and courage. It means letting go of timelines shaped by pressure and expectation. It means trusting that divine calling unfolds by readiness, not impatience. The chosen one learns to notice peace as guidance. When something is forced, tension appears. When something is aligned, calm remains, even in uncertainty. This peace is not passive. It is active trust. It is knowing that divine protection is operating beyond what the eyes can see. Every moment of delay is preparation. Skills are developed. Character is strengthened. Faith is tested and refined. God does not waste seasons. What feels repetitive is actually grounding you. What feels slow is stabilizing you. The chosen one is being shaped to carry responsibility, influence, and spiritual weight without breaking. Divine calling requires endurance, not urgency. This is why delay exists. It builds capacity. Doubts often surface during waiting. You may question whether you heard God correctly, whether you are worthy, whether the calling was real. Fear whispers that time is running out. Comparison tells you others are ahead. These voices are not truth. They are resistance. The war is real, and it targets the confidence of the chosen one. Delay exposes fear so it can be healed, not obeyed. When doubt rises, It is an invitation to return to alignment, not abandon it. Trusting timing is one of the greatest acts of faith. Divine protection does not rush. God's intervention is precise. What arrives too early can harm what is meant to grow. The chosen one must learn to trust that what is meant for them cannot miss them. Delay is not denial. It is redirection. It is protection from paths that look appealing but would drain your light. Alignment also means honoring where you are now, serve where you are planted, grow where you are positioned. The chosen one does not wait passively, they prepare actively. Every act of integrity, every moment of patience, every choice to remain faithful strengthens alignment. Spiritual awakening deepens not through grand events, but through consistent surrender. Divine protection is ongoing. Even now, God is blocking distractions you do not see, removing influences that would delay you further, and aligning circumstances behind the scenes. God's intervention is not punishment. It is love expressed through restraint. It is care expressed through timing. It is wisdom expressed through waiting. Return again to this truth. This is a message from God. You are not imagining the delay. You were called. The war for your destiny is real. Your light is necessary. The waiting has not weakened you. It has prepared you. Alignment is happening now, even if results are unseen. Stand firm in this knowing. Step forward with trust. Carry your light without apology. If this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it. You were called. Conclusion: your confirmation arrives in divine timing. This is a message from God, and now it returns full circle to confirm what your spirit already knows. Nothing that was blocked was ever meant to harm you, and nothing that was delayed was ever meant to deny you. What God removed, what God paused, what God prevented from unfolding was never aligned with the fullness of your destiny. The chosen one must understand this truth deeply. Every delay you endured was an act of protection, not rejection. Every closed door was a shield. Every unanswered prayer was preparation. You were never being pushed away from your purpose. You were being guided toward it with precision, care, and divine authority. You have learned to recognize divine delays, not as punishment, but as signals. You have learned to see God's signs in silence, in redirection, in peace that replaces urgency. You have learned that spiritual awakening is not loud, but consistent. You have learned that divine calling does not rush, because what is sacred must be carried by a prepared vessel. You have seen hidden blessings emerge from broken plans. You have grown stronger where you once felt weak. You have become clearer where confusion once lived. This is not accidental. This is alignment. God's intervention has been present in every chapter of your story. When relationships ended, they ended because they could not walk with your calling. When opportunities disappeared, they disappeared because they would have drained your light. When timing slowed, it slowed because your spirit was still being refined. Divine protection is always personal. It speaks directly to the chosen one. It guards the future you cannot yet see. Now, you stand in a moment of confirmation. Not confirmation from the world, but confirmation from within. You no longer need to chase signs. You have become aware. You trust the pauses. You honor the waiting. You understand that delay is not denial, but redirection. This is spiritual maturity. This is awakening. This is what happens when the chosen one stops fighting God's timing and begins walking with it. Faith grows here. Trust deepens here. Power stabilizes here. You are no longer asking if you were called. You are learning how to carry the calling without breaking. The war for your destiny was never about speed. It was about endurance. Your light is necessary, and because it is necessary, it was protected. Now is the time to embrace this truth completely. Step into your divine calling with confidence. Walk with faith, knowing that nothing blocked was ever meant for you, and that everything delayed was meant to align your soul. See every moment as preparation. Recognize the hidden blessings in your past. Listen for the signs in your present. Trust the unfolding in your future. The chosen one is not defined by what was blocked, but by how fully they step into the light they were called to carry. Return again to the beginning and feel it deeply in your spirit. This is a message from God. You are not imagining the guidance, the delays, or the protection. You were called. The war for your destiny is real. Your light is necessary. God's intervention has been active in your life, and it continues now. The alignment you have been waiting for is not distant. It is arriving. Your confirmation is at hand. Your next chapter is unfolding exactly as it should, in perfect divine timing. So rise in faith. Stand in clarity. Step forward with authority. Carry the knowledge that you were prepared for this, that you were protected through every delay, and that your calling is unstoppable. The chosen one knows that divine protection is love, that delay is guidance, and that timing is sacred. You have been readied. You have been refined. You have been activated. If this touched your soul, comment 111. Because you know it, you were called. And if you feel this confirmation in your heart, comment 777. Declare that you trust God's timing and embrace your divine calling fully. Let the world see your light. Let the universe witness your alignment. Your destiny cannot be blocked, for it has been written, protected, and activated by God Himself. You are the chosen one. Your light is essential. The war is real, but victory is yours. Every delay, every block, every pause has served a sacred purpose. Stand now in faith, trust, and empowerment, and walk boldly into the fullness of your calling. So stand firm now. Release regret over what never happened. Release attachment to what was blocked. Bless the doors that closed. Honor the delays that saved you. Step fully into alignment with gratitude instead of resistance. This is where authority forms. This is where clarity becomes unshakable. This is where the chosen one stops waiting for permission and begins walking in purpose. Let this truth settle in your spirit one final time. This is a message from God. You are not imagining the patterns. You were called. The war is real. Your light is necessary. What lies ahead requires the strength you gained in the waiting. What opens next will require the wisdom you earned through delay. If you feel this confirmation in your heart, if your spirit recognizes this alignment, comment 777. Let it be a declaration that you trust God's timing and embrace your divine calling without fear. And if this touched your soul, comment 111, because you know it. You were called.